Time now for that morning rush.
We start with Kristen Curry.
Good morning. Looking at a mostly sunny sky here in the metro and down to the south, but up in the northern mountains, scattered showers once again, mostly in the form of rain, a little bit of high mountain snow for the very higher elevations. But as we get you into tonight, clear skies, just a few spot showers possible again for your Saturday afternoon. David?
As you get ready to head out the door, we are following the day's top local stories. We start with Sarah Yingling in the Newsplex.
Authorities say they found the car belonging to a missing California woman here in New Mexico. Taos News reports that Taos police say they received a tip of a car parked at an apartment complex. They ran the vehicle's license plate and discovered it was registered to Krista Ray Bowman. Bowman went missing in March 2017 after driving from Morongo Valley, California to Colorado to visit her boyfriend. Right now, there is no word on who parked it. What authorities found inside of the car coming up in the 5 Facts. Crystal.
This morning, Colorado State University will likely continue reviewing its policies following a New Mexico's family complaint about racial profiling. Two New Mexican brothers say during their campus tour, a parent in the group called campus police on them, telling police the two teens made her feel nervous. The teen's mother says it happened because they're Native American. To read the university's full response, head to alwaysonkrqe.com.
House Chaplain Father Pat Conroy isn't resigning after all. House Speaker Paul Ryan originally asked him to step down, but yesterday Conroy sent a letter to Ryan saying he was rescinding his resignation. Ryan accepted his decision. In a statement, Conroy said, "My original decision was made in what I believe to be in the best interest of this institution." The two are planning to meet sometime next week.
Looking ahead for you this morning, law enforcement reminding those who plan to celebrate Cinco de Mayo this weekend not to drink and drive. Officials consider the popular holiday to be the kickoff for summer in Albuquerque and around our state. However, local and state police officers will be on the lookout for drunk drivers. Police suggest designating a driver or using programs like Uber.
A Hawaiian community is being told to leave their homes. This as lava from a nearby volcano continues spewing, pouring down some streets. The lava, along with smoke and ash, spread into a residential community of about 1,700 people, forcing those evacuations. Hawaii County is now declaring a state of emergency that will free up money for relief efforts.
On to new news this morning. U.S. military pilots are being told to be cautious when flying in certain areas in and around an overseas base near Ethiopia. This as the U.S. launches a formal protest with Beijing, saying Chinese personnel are using lasers to interfere with U.S. military aircraft. Military officials say there's been 2 minor eye injuries of a U.S. crew after being exposed to military-grade laser beams reportedly coming from a nearby Chinese base. Fernanda.
Before they walk across the stage, graduating seniors will walk through elementary and middle schools today in their cap and gown. This morning, seniors from Del Norte High School will walk here to Governor Bent and parade through the campus. The senior walk is a tradition across APS and one of the most heartwarming days of the school year. It's meant to congratulate the grads, but also inspire the little ones to one day do the same. More on how many senior walks are planned ahead of APS graduations coming up in the 5 Facts. David?
A local woman is one step closer to building the nation's first Native American birthing center. Certified nurse midwife Nicola Gonzalez wants to give Native American women a greater voice in their own care and also end the issues she says they face during childbirth process. That's why she wants to build the birth center, combining cultural traditions and modern medicine. They still need to raise $7 million, though, and find a pueblo to build the center on. Kristen?
Today's Metro Threat Index at a 0. No concerns here in Albuquerque today with mostly sunny skies on top. Winds less than 15 miles per hour out of the southwest and warmer temperatures close to average in the low 70s. David?
Just in, the Labor Department reports the United States added 164,000 jobs in April. That was slightly below what economists expected, but unemployment dropped to 3.9%. That's the lowest since December 2000, and that's nearly double the number added in March.
On to news, new at 6. Recall alert for you. 35,000 pounds of ground beef being recalled by a North Carolina processing plant because they may be contaminated with bits of plastic. The meat was packaged under the labels Kroger ground beef, Private Selection Angus beef, Kroger ground sirloin, and all natural Laura's lean beef. Consumers are urged to toss out that meat or return it to the store.
Twitter users, listen up. The company is telling users to change their passwords immediately. The company says it recently discovered a bug that led to passwords being stored in an unsecured file. The warning applies to anyone with a Twitter account. That makes all 336 million of them. It says there's no evidence to date that anyone has been exploited by that bug.
Happening today, you can help free up the shelters in Santa Fe. This weekend, adoption fees are being waived at the Santa Fe Animal Shelter. It's part of efforts by the group that's going across the country as part of a campaign to cover adoption fees and clear out shelters. The event runs through Sunday from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m.
Happening today, the National Park Service will step up wildfire restrictions at parks and monuments across the state. This will impact places like Bandelier National Monument and Pecos National Historic Park. The restrictions ban all fires and restrict smoking to inside cars and buildings. It also prohibits vehicles from driving off established roads. Now, this all goes into effect today. Kristen?
Time now for a check on your Friday morning commute. Nothing major out there when it comes to crashes or slowdowns. Just a reminder, we still have that on-ramp closed. That's Louisiana northbound onto I-40. Some minor slowing on Paseo eastbound towards I-25. We'll keep eyes on the traffic for you.
Tomorrow, Cinco de Mayo, Lobo Salsa is now available at Albertsons Market. A year ago, cities teamed up with UNM to create Lobo Salsa, a blend of New Mexico green chili, tomatoes, and spices. Managers say a part of the proceeds from its sales go back to the school. You can also pick up a jar of Lobo Salsa at any Sadie's restaurant locations across the city.
And it's Star Wars Day, or May the 4th, and Lucasfilm has released a new video of actor Donald Glover giving a tour of the Millennium Falcon. Glover plays intergalactic scoundrel Lando Calrissian in the newest Star Wars film. He says the coolest part of the ship is the cape room, which his character wears a lot of. Solo, a Star Wars story, arrives on May 25th.
He has a cape room?
Pretty cool.
I just want a bigger closet.
Yeah, that's pretty neat. All right, time now for the 5 facts.
At number 5, today high school seniors will take a final walk through the halls of elementary and middle schools. This is before they walk the line in their caps and gowns. Now, the senior walk is a tradition across APS and is used as a day of inspiration for younger students. For many seniors, it's a blast from the past as they visit their old schools and teachers just days before they receive their diplomas. Today, the little kids will give high fives and hold signs for the grads. APS graduations are scheduled to beginning next week.
On to number 4 now. Happening right now, renovations on the De Anza Motor Lodge continue this morning, but the developer says preserving all of the structures cannot be done. Here's why. Only 2 of the original buildings were kept. When we asked the city, we were told the decision to remove them was ultimately up to the developer and his budget. The city bought the De Anza Motor Lodge on Central in 2003 for nearly $900,000.
At number 3, warmer temperatures expected across the area today. Albuquerque in the 70s underneath the mostly sunny skies. Scattered showers hanging on to the northern higher terrain. A few pop-up showers tomorrow up in the mountains, but in general drying conditions, that is, and warmer temperatures as the 80s return for the weekend.
At number 2, happening now this morning, a city employee is recovering in the hospital after being crushed by a forklift. Now an investigation to find out how it happened is underway. Mayor Tim Keller says 2 Parks and Rec workers were using a bobcat with a forklift at a city facility south of the Sunport on Wednesday. They say the forklift fell on one of them, partially crushing him. The city says he has a broken collarbone, broken ribs, and cuts on his face. At this time, the city is not naming the employee.
On to number 1 now. New this morning, New Mexico is at the center of a missing persons case out of California. This after Taos police say they found a car parked outside of some condos registered to Krista Ray Bowman, a woman deemed missing by San Bernardino authorities. Detectives say Bowman drove off in her Toyota Avalon in March of 2017. They say she was driving to Colorado to visit her boyfriend, Christopher Star Perfect. Authorities say in April of 2017, Bowman messaged her family via Facebook saying she made it. In May, her boyfriend was arrested for a probation violation, but there was no sign of Bowman. Last time they heard from her was that time in May.